Hello everyone, Luke Smith here, and in today's video we're going to be doing a letter reading, the 18th letter, which consists of a packet of 3 letters to Kenneth Engelhardt from Chris Clan. This is of the letter dated 2nd of August 2022. So the general letter, the first of 3 letters that Kenneth has shared was for Chris's general thoughts on Kenneth's Sonic project itself. So, general letter. Greetings and kind blessings to all of T on the Sonic fan project. We are in continued appreciation and humbleness in y'all's support, kindness and compassion during these times at present. We look forward to returning safely and well to all of thee in whole undivided earth, free of the toxic and evil individuals of the 1218 half being left behind. Yeah, he still thinks he's going to come home, but he's going to be somewhere for about a year now, so yeah, we're going to get into that at a later date. In any event now, we are planning ahead of our future works in the Sonic books, along with the other godly duties in the times after our return home to the Sonic Temple, which shall be very good and well. I go ahead and announce all the I don't know this I find it really hard to say half the time. It's really confusing. Announce all our interactions to finish book number 0 HD, formerly book number 15, as well as the books 14 ? And over in the personal writing and drawing and writings. We also intend to expand on the books 1 to 10, not 4. That's enough in itself, although a book 4.1 may be personally drawn and written to add a few more self-stories, as we intend to be less self-inserting in the series, unless it is requited. The HD versions of the past books entail better drawing and quality, further details and plot hole filters in relation to the events, in addition to redraws of what was originally drawn or / written. For example, in Sonic 1, I shan't be chronicling of the Sonic and Rosie, as they have spent up to a year travelling with Kel in their developments in battles and the fine-tuning of their skills, powers and abilities, which has inspired after the encounter with Nutsvik in book 0, and by Maggie Clan's instruction to do that before their return to Quickville and departing from Kel's team, and until Kristen Clan in good faith and wellness. So in other words, it sounds like that he wants all of the comics to be redone in HD and better drawing style and up to date, because money. Also, this has transpired during the time of the manifestation of Blake Sonic, as well as the creation of Metal Sonic by Ren Skysaw, with support from Eggman as his hero and mentor, under the employ of Giovanni and Team Rocket. Skysaw and Eggman actually worked together and were side by side in an event of the encounter with Sonic and Sonic U. To note, most Sonic U's and Rosie Q's, creating Sonic U Prime and Rosie Q Prime, and personally chronicled special Sonic U's and Rosie Q's, they all stand at 3 feet 5 inches tall, not counting the ears. Sonic is about 3 foot 2 inches tall, and when we are in our Sonic U form, we can go from 5.11 to 3.5 as well. Remember this detail, and Sonic U's ears are 7 inches long from the base to the tip. There's some pretty fucking long ears right there. The HD books shall be worked in collaboration, personally with those amongst ye all, with the drawing skills and heartfelt, compassionate care and chronicling. We shall type the stories after returning home in an extended greater detail, and this does not entail any X-rated content within. We are intending to keep our prime timeline and 1C211987 universe canon pages at a consistent rating of TV by 11, and some above within reason and the requirement of the chronicling's art and stories respectively. Page 2. This is a long set of letters, by the way. And from our writings, best selected artists from among three shall to draw the pages of these HD books with some freedoms, but sticking mainly to which is written by our hands, as well as the direction and telepathic direction and input from our magic clan Sonichu. All of these shall find us and be more kind and forgiving in others' misconceptions of us. Good grief to them. We shall work with thee as we work with thou will. God, that was so confusing to say that little bit there. We art kind and fun like Neptune, goddess purple heart, or Yuzume, goddess orange heart, and we exercise to maintain that of ourselves in consistent action, even when feeling fatigued. Anyway, anyone involved shall be given credit, and this is a volunteer gig of soul and passion. So in other words, you draw for him for free. You will get nothing of it. You get some recognition, and that's about it. So you won't get paid for this if you go ahead with this anyway. Any possible payments can be made out of any profit that shall be considered generally and distributed as early as possible. Okay, so he's donations most likely. Obviously he won't be paying for it. Distributed as early as possible times. We shall draw the cover of each art of these updated earlier books personally. Also, among the future drawn/written books shall be spotlight issues and supplemented stories/details on that. On that, while Sonichu does not have a country bumpkin accent or voice, and will all be animated shows, shall have our personal input and collaborative manifestation, shall have personally selected voice actors, but that's later on. Although to state, if we can hire her, and more than appropriate, Tara Strong would be perfect for Bubbles Rosicu. Her voice is slightly deeper than Teenage Bubbles from that episode of the original Powerpuff Girls. Just saying. I really don't think Tara Strong would be remotely interested in that, because she fucking hates you. She absolutely despises Chris Chan, and I'm pretty sure if she's been like following all his antics, and like if she like reads the media and stuff and knows about his incest, yeah, she will not touch you with a 10-foot barge pole. Yeah. She'll have nothing to do with it, and it's probably good. It's best for her to basically stay like a million miles away from this sort of thing. She's a lot better than this. Even though I've only, to be fair, I've never seen her. I've never seen her most of her work, because she's mostly into like doing voices for kids programs, and I'm like in my 30s, so that sort of thing wouldn't interest me at all. With that stated, consider that for yourselves an exercise of thy meditative links with this timeline and this universe 1C and C197, half of this very earth in compelling how to read or write Sonic Book 1 to impress us with how you put so much great care and love into their work. In other parts, art shall be also considered. So they basically want you to practice, well, she wants you to practice by drawing the entirety of the first comic for free. Chris wants you to take your time out of your busy art schedules to draw for him for absolutely nothing. So there you go, that's Chris Can for you. Previously stated, if you choose to volunteer, this guideline essentially, or if it can't be shown on the daytime Nickelodeon or daytime Cartoon Network, then it does not fly. And heart and soul is key with the emotions and dialogue and content, and we like continuity. There is to be no blood shown or no private parts. Well, to be fair, if you're putting something on Cartoon Network in the daytime and Nickelodeon in the daytime, it will have to be very PC. You cannot show gore or any graphic details on that unless it's after 9 o'clock, which I'm pretty sure Cartoon Network has a late night time slot. I'm not quite sure though. I don't think they still got that anymore. I haven't watched any kids shows lately. Also, out of the chaotic combo, only Angela Rosecrew does not have spikes on her back, and she and Punchy Sonichu does not have a tail. Also, for reference, Rosie Rosecrew has spikes on her back and she does not have a tan belly. Her front fur is Diva Pink, all Diva Pink, and she has a pair of yellow stripes since she was a Raichu on her back in a similar way Sonichu's stripes are brown. For an accurate reference, look at the amiibo figures we have crafted for Sonichu, Rosie and others. Page 3. Very important. Here we go. This is not a reboot in absolutely any shape, form or matter. This is an extensive updates and expansions that are long overdue. If you want all your stuff redone, then it would be a reboot or a remake, one of them two. A remake is basically starting from the beginning and doing it again, but in better quality. A reboot is starting from scratch and making it better and giving it better story. They are long overdue from the past books, as well as a continuation with additional details, chroniclings and stories that has not been touched upon personally, among with the catching up of stories and details and present tense events and stories. If you're expanding it, then it is a reboot, it's not a remake. I can't stress the above paragraph enough. After updating the booze books, typist 1 to 10, we shall greatly consider continuing collaborations with all ye selected and involved in the present and future books, or stories within each. We dare state that you shall want an Autobot expert with the art for Autobook Sonichu's Spotlight book, and a team in Quickville, as well as likely what for Autobot. I'm pretty sure that's the name of someone, but it's been censored out and put that name instead. Chris Clan as well, since on Cybertron she personally worked on the Sonichu upgrades and Oregon details. We shall type all that out as well. Sonichu is the name of the car, by the way. To close this letter for now, we include additional details of Team Rocket and Nature for their reference. Nightshirt, I'm not quite sure, was an orphan after losing his parents, Mary and Thomas Randolph, at the age of 5 years old in New Jersey, Gotham City. He became a street smart one and left the city. On his path, some Team Rocket grunts have him enlisted and taken up to their base in Virginia, south of DC. Now Giovanni has already set up his organisation by 1998 and went worldwide. And he sometimes takes his personal jet or teleports with the help of one of these souped up psychic Pokemon of theirs too frequent around. Giovanni was impressed with Nightshirt's spunk and took an immediate liking to his youthful, vengeful soul and adopted him. This was back in 1998, and Nightshirt was around 10 years old and a rookie at the time. Giovanni and his cohorts almost spoiled him, and they have set him up to be a Pokemon trainer and getting his own team and badges, not Yeem. Set out in 2000. His starter, enter his rival, Kel. Oh, this is where Kel comes into it, as she is starting out too. Oh, as a female. And our bad on the American pallet town, as past chronicled. It actually was a small-time light pallet in Virginia, southwest of the city of Quickville, which by the way is located in, known on 1218 Earth as Pebble Beach, Virginia, or VA. I think, yes, Virginia. Yeah. Anyway, the reason why her fated starter was the very Pikachu that becomes Rosy Rosecue Prime in the Pokemon Lab, therefore, and had the 3 elemental starters, and the 2 new trainers took the grass and water ones, and Nightshirt stole the fire one, and Professor Pine worked with the other professors, including Oak. Page 4. Had recently found and took in the Pikachu as he is not feeling well, and nursed him back to recovery. Kel arrives, and Pikachu and Kel felt mutual soulful vibes, so she started with him. That actually reminds me of like the very first episode of Pokemon where Ash wants to get his first Pokemon, but he's late. He's late going to the lab, and other people take the 3 starters, including Gary, and he's left with like the Super Pokeball, which had like Pikachu in it. That was that origin story. Kel and Nightshirt cross paths the number of times on their journey for badges and developments among the US Eastern Coast states. Her badge in Quickville was her 8th badge, and the Pokemon League stationed in DC. This sounds like a wacky Pokemon game. Nightshirt had ditched his fire starter in a trade, fully evolved, for his Rayquaza, and managed to snag a shiny Magikarp level 19 in the Keepsake Bay, which quickly evolved into his Shred Gyarados. Anyhow, after getting his Quickville bag in early 2003, God, it's like 3 years. He has earned Giovanni's respect, more so than how Silver in Johto had tried to. Nightshirt got prompts with his Team Rocket group in their top tier and high rank above the group's leader. I'll leave you for that with that for inspiration for helping with Nightshirt's Spotlight book stories. But try thy best not to fall into arrogance from that. Be safe and well in holy power. Okay, that backstory's finished, thank God. Be safe and well in holy light, everyone with strong faith and fortitude. Our eventual return to the Sonichu Temple is foreseen, prophesied and foreknown, yet the exact day and hour especially remains consciously unknown to all. That's the thing, because like, he really thought that he would be returning home on like the 8th and the 9th, but yeah, it's been the case has been pushed to 2023, so we don't know what's going on. But there's a transportation order in effect, so yeah, he's probably moved to another place. I don't know. I really do not know. Where we psychically sit may seem dark, we keep in faith despite some despair, and shall be returned to the light of thy compassion, and together in greater immortality alive stead. As our light inspires and enlightens further, we continue to pray and be in the better lives with improved health, extended lifetime, endurance, fortitude, divine protection, and divine blessings in neo-spirituality and greatest enlightenments, living and coexisting the individuals and the characters we had viewed as cartoon and fictional. My telegram just popped up and it like sent me through a loop. And fictional, we all art as real. Alright, let me get rid of that because that's in my way. Go away. And physically existent as the all art. Reading this shit is giving me a fucking headache. I'm not gonna lie. We are excited to be free and with open and with all once again. It is very good. Be safe and well with love and compassion, Mrs. Jesus, Christine, Resting Candle, Sonic Crew. And we have some more like extra stuff now. That was the longest shit ever. Letter to Kenneth. The second letter was a personal letter which Chris has sent to Kenneth, instructing Kenneth to do with the other letters, giving him a chance to rechronicle. So let me just see. For 21 minutes read that letter. Jesus Christ. Dear Kenneth, I enclose 2 letters to share on our behalf. One letter is directly, solely and mainly to everyone on the Sonic Youth Fan Project website, and the other is solely for Helena. Do not share publicly Helena's letter and do not share the fan project letter on the Onion Farms or nor Kiwi Farms, regardless of others sharing it on tested will or not. Well, it's on here and it's on the farms as well, so it doesn't matter now. We pray for they becoming authentically spiritually in light end and woke with the blessings from our ally gods, goddesses, angels, archangels and heavenly soldiers and so on. Thou can be stubborn feelings and may mildly frustrate us at times, Engelhardt, but this is needed indeed thy time for making up and redeeming thy better self. We pray you close meditative and divinely guided will before enacting actions that could shift thy karma into the deep red. We forget thee on good fronts. Be safe and well, Mrs. Jesus Christ Clan Sonic Who. So yeah, he's saying that we forgive you when Engelhardt wanted nothing to do with him at that point. Well, a few letters ago. The letter to Helena. This is the one that he sent Engelhardt to send to Helena. Do not share this letter with the online public. Guess what? It's shared with the online public, so stuff it. Hey Helena, I haven't heard from thee in quite a while. We pray thou art safe, well and healthy, and well in continued good stead. We have just received Censor's latest letter. I'm pretty sure that's Ilse's letter. Gotta conserve at this point, so we'll answer Censor's questions and thou may relay this to him. But Helena, we are looking forward to the next letter and appreciate thee. Censored. We are not allowed to discuss specific case details with the public. We never had directly stated she had moved out. Oh, this is talking about Barb for a bit. It was foreknown prophetic detail / possibility, but last checked our healing and cleansing powers have worked better than foreknown. Otherwise she'd be dead by now. Fucking hell. The preliminary hearing has been waived. When was this? This was on like the 2nd, I think. Yeah. Yeah, it says up there. Yeah. we never had hatred towards Noel. Yes, you fucking did when he ignored you and like went to the police on you. But we was never fond of him. There you go. Noel did the same as Judith, and following his script, he was to betray anyhow. Otherwise, he would not have had our awakening and revelations among with the other manifestations happening right now in over the past year. There was absolutely no impersonating anyone, and we are not gaining anything other than the confirmation of events, and following the divine plan, these tests will confirm the eventual who have mainly betrayed Dylan. Is it talking about Dylan Thomas? Probably. Was tested as well with the lie, for Taylor was still demeaning rather, or not to stay with him due to his revealed often on abuse of her. I don't think he was abusing her. I'm not quite sure though. I don't know why he's bringing Taylor into it. I've got no idea what he's trying to prove with this. He would given he would rat us out, and would potentially do the same with her. Final chance of redemption awaits the three of them, but it is likely they will be thrown into the bottomless pit of the lake of lava and brimstone, along with Russia, the present day Babylon, Putin and Trump, in all that left behind work. Fucking hell. He loves bringing Russia into it, and Putin. And he still hates Trump by the looks of it. Should there be a trial? Yes, and it will be a chance to stand up for the past injustices on the divine grounds. Yet we ask thee, was there a trial upon we thy Lord, follow servant, God prophesies in either Malachi or Revelation? The false Mr. C letters has never been read, and it was torn into bits and flushed down the toilet, every last scrap. Contact Caden through the Etsy store if he has not contacted Helena yet. And some answer of thy friend's commission requests. Page 2. With Caden help relay the Kickstarter page he has started, involved with the Sonic Who fan project page as well. Be safe and well, both of thee. So it looks like someone's been writing to it sounds like someone's been writing to Chris, posing as Bob Chandler, and he already knew that it was a joke because Bob Chandler's dead. He's been dead for like over 10 years. Fucking hell, I can't believe that. Right, that is it for this one. Yeah, only there's one more letter. There's letter 20 to Kenneth Engelhardt, which is the latest one. We will be reading that on on Saturday. So let me know what you think of this session. Let me know what you think of the letter. Tomorrow and Friday will be reviews. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also my support links are up there if you want to donate. So I will see you guys next time.